Hi everyone, it's Tiffany and I am here to take you along my planner journey. Now I know that it has been quite a long time since I have done a bullet journal video, and that is because I just have not been happy with my planners and I wanted to wait until I found a system that was really working for me and that I was really happy with. So as you know, I started this channel using the Master Lloydstrom. It was huge. It was way too big for me, and the margins were getting annoying. If you want to see those videos, I have a couple in the very beginning of my channel. After I decided that that was just not going to work for me, I tried this planner by personalplanner.com. This is my own custom cover. I have to say I really love this planner, even though it is still quite large. I knew it was going to be. I was able to upload my own artwork. I was able to customize how I wanted it inside. I chose to have the times on the side here, and you can choose what you want down at the bottom. There's lots of customization to this, and what I actually ended up using this for was to track what I was doing rather than what I have to do. So I was, at the end of the day, kind of looking back at the day and writing in what I was doing. And I really like this. I'm considering getting another one because I'm pretty sure this is outdated now. It's been quite a while since I have ordered this, but I really love this. It's just not something that I can use for everyday planning. After that, I went back to the Lloydstrom. Now this is not the one that I switched to. This is a blue one, and after this I got a yellow one. I thought, oh well, maybe if I did different layouts for the week, maybe that would make me happy. Well, it didn't. This one, I ended up going back to the way I was doing everything at the end. Probably my last video looks like this, where I have the week here and just any scheduling here, and to buy, a review of the week, a little tracker down at the bottom, which I never used, and tracking the weather, and then a get it done spread, my to-do list, if you would. I liked it and I was getting along with it for a little while. I was mainly focused on the monthly views that I would create each month, and as well as the collections. However, it was too big to fit in my bag. I just have a little purse. I don't put a lot in it because I don't go very many places, but I did need it to schedule all of my doctor's appointments. So I had to find something that was smaller. So I switched to this planner. This is a blue sky planner. It's very dirty. I think I got makeup on it or something in my purse. But anyways, this is a blue sky planner. It's a hard-covered book, and I really was happy with this. I used this for a couple of months. This is what made me see that I need a pocket-sized planner. So I'm going to show you how I use this. Okay, so when you open it up, I put little sticky notes in the front, and I used this to write down anything that I needed to remember. And I'll switch to the first month here. I was writing in all of my planning things, like anything that had a time for it, where I had to go to the doctor's, or Allie had band stuff, and I was really liking it. However, I didn't like the idea that I was crossing things out. That was really bothering me. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so hopefully you can see that a little better. Now, I was happy with this for a real long time. Well, I say a real long time. It felt like a really long time that I was actually happy with it. Now, I was writing little things in here, little kind of like journal entries in some of these, and okay, it was working out, sort of. I wasn't completely happy with this because I don't use my weeklies enough. This is a huge issue that I was having for a long time with all of my planners, is that I would draw up these beautiful weeklies and then not use them. So I have finally through the help of this planner, figured out exactly what I want, and I will show you that now. Okay, so this is the Lloydstrom pocket size planner, and I got mine in Army Green. Let me just take my pen out here. I got this one in Army Green, and it has the band on it. You guys all should know the Lloydstrom by now. When you open it up, I put a little washi taped piece of paper here, and this is my shopping list. So throughout, you know, 1 or 2 weeks, I'll be using stuff, and when I run out of something, I remember to write it down, and that way when I go shopping, I have this with me and I know what I'm out of. I still do the 2, or I've got one in the back as well, post-it notes so that I can write down anything that I need to write permanently in my planner. I use this little paper clip to mark where I am. This is a paper clip that used to have like a big paper flag up here, but I just took off the paper flag because I liked the look of the paper clip on its own. One thing I should know about this Lloydstrom planner is that I did rip the ribbons out of here because I've never been a fan of the 2 ribbons or even 1 ribbon. It doesn't work for me. I would rather use a paper clip. It's just my preference. I don't like it dangling down at the bottom here. It just bothers me. So let's get into the actual planner. So I do have a index, which I've sort of filled out, but not too much. I've kind of filled it out as I first broke this up into sections. Now, the very first day that I bought this, I accidentally spilled a little bit of soda on it, so that irritates me, but I'm okay. I am living with it. I'm dealing with it. I am restraining from purchasing another one just because it is damaged here. It's only on a few pages, and I've done a pretty good job of covering that up. So the first month that I used this was in August, and you can see here all of my plans and Allison's plans are all color coded. So Allie this month was yellow and I was green, and anything that was other than me or Allie, or maybe for both of us, like the solar eclipse, I put in pink. And I did a little doodles here, and I'm just able to fit absolutely everything that I have to do on the monthly calendar. So these are all of my appointments, anything that is date specific or time specific, I have on my monthly view. You can see there, that's the soda damage. So then I also wanted to try out tracking. I have a bunch of stuff here, and you can see I just kind of gave up on it. I was not a fan of tracking this way. There are a lot of things that I do want to track, but this just wasn't working for me. So I drew it out and just kind of gave up on it, sadly, but that's okay. Now I do still have my to-do list. This is my get it done, as I've called it in the past. And I just write down everything that I need to do and cross it off as I go along. Now I do have a main goal, or a super big to-do or goal. That's what it's called. I do have a goal for the month, and in August it was to submit a book proposal. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that because of my publishing company at that time wasn't accepting new submissions, so I pushed that off to September. So this is my new favorite spread in the whole world. This is everything that makes me happy throughout the month. I don't do it on a daily basis because I feel as though every time that I see somebody do that on YouTube, where they're writing something every single day that makes them happy, it feels so forced. You know, it feels like, okay, now I really have to think of something that makes me happy. Okay, the sunshine. You know, so I just really wanted it to be things that are really making me smile and happy throughout the month. So I logged when Lily, my niece, started giving little kisses and back to school sales, and I drew a little macaroon because Allie went to downtown on her bike one day and came home with a bunch of macaroons and just stuff like that. And then I still do, instead of a weekly review, I am doing just a whole monthly review. Sometimes I'll write something down on a Post-it note or in a pencil, and I'll stick it right here for things to remember to write in the monthly review. So we'll go into September, which is now. So today's date is the 16th of September. So you can see I'm still using the same method. I use washi tape, and then I draw or write on top of the washi tape all of my schedules and things like that. And the reason I do that is because if something changes or something is canceled or anything like that, I can just easily peel this right up, and I don't have crossing out things or anything like that in my planner, which was really driving me crazy in this white planner. I was having lots of stuff that was crossed out, and it was just kind of driving me crazy. So by using the washi tape, I am able to not have the crossing out. I am doing little doodles, you know, where there's no actual days for that month. So yeah, that is the monthly view. Now here is my new tracking. Don't mind these black spots. This is just where I blacked it out for YouTube purposes. I guess they're just a little too personal. I didn't want to put it on there. But what I'm doing, instead of every single day having, you know, 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 30 or whatever, I'm writing the thing that I want to do, and I'm blocking off a certain amount of days that I actually want to do it in the month. So, for example, I donate plasma at our local plasma donation center. So what I do is I want to donate 8 times a month, and I know that there's 10 blocks scrolled off here or blocked off of here, but that's because I want to put some other information here. But I block off the amount of squares that I want, and then I cross it off as I do them. Now, it would be a little bit confusing if you need to know the specific date that you need to know, like, oh, the last time I cleaned the living room was when? Because the dates aren't there like it was on the previous tracker, but I don't need to know that. I just need to know if I'm meeting my goal as to how many times I am doing something. And I also am able to track other things too, like Lily, I block off the whole month for, even though I only maybe babysit her 4 or 5 times throughout the month. So I just want to be able to keep track of how often I am babysitting her and things like that. So I'm really keeping up to date with this tracking method, and I didn't start this one until maybe, I want to say I was a couple days late in starting this tracker for this month because, well, it took me a minute to think of it. Anyways, let's moving on. This is my get it done spread, and I also like to mark other little things. Like, I don't have to get gas very often, so I like to make sure that I write it in my planner as to what I got, like how what date I got gas and how much it costs, and then I cross out my to-do list as I go along. And I do have another page for my get it done, as well as my main goal for the month of September. I still have my things that make me happy spread. It's still 2 pages, and I'm still loving it. I'm starting to be able to add little doodles and pictures and things like that. Stickers that I got off of Etsy a long time ago, I'm able to bring out and use in this spread. So this is by far my favorite thing that I have changed in this little planner. And I've never done a happiness spread before, but I really like it. That's basically what all of my months look like, and because I have gone ahead and created all of the months all the way up to May, I believe May was my last month that I created. I can future plan, I can write in all of my doctor's appointments and things like that right up until May. And if that seems like a strange month to end in, that is because I kind of feel as though my year starts in June, because that's when Allie's band camp starts, and that's when life starts getting hectic. So I really like my planners to start in June whenever possible. Now when you close this planner, you can see, hopefully you can see this. You can see these little black marks. These are the individual months throughout the year, going right up to May. And then you can see I have a couple of other colors too. I've got blue, pink, and green here. And that's marking off different types of collections and things like that. And I'll show you that. So in this blue section, this is my collection section. And I just did a pretty little quick doodle here. And going into it, the first thing is, I hope you're not offended by that word, but yes, it is my effing frustrations, and let's talk about it. I mean, everybody gets frustrated, and I don't need this every month, you know, at the end like I do with my happiness thing, but sometimes I really want to write down when something bothers me, just to like write it down, and it helps me get over it a little bit. So that's what I have here, and I just do little doodles, and yeah. Layout I haven't finished creating yet. This is going to be my monthly cleanup. This is everything that I want to do throughout my house to clean it up. And what I'm planning on doing is using a pencil to cross these off, and that way at the end of the month, when everything is crossed off, I can go ahead and erase everything so I can use it for the following month. That way I don't have to create a big spread for every single month. But like I said, I haven't finished creating this one, but this is what it looks like. And then I have my master grocery list. I've always kept one of these in my planners. That was one problem that I didn't like about this white planner, was that there was no place to put a master grocery list. Now this is all of everything that I could ever possibly want to purchase at the grocery store. And you can see I have another page here. And every time that I go big grocery shopping, I call it, I pull this list out and I create my simple little grocery list so that I can go to the store and buy what I need. Okay, so after the grocery list, I have just started, literally yesterday, tracking my moods. Basically, I want to, if you have seen the weather blanket out there, I want to create a mood blanket. So I have September through the end of May, which is how long this planner goes for, and I've created boxes for every day for this planner, and I plan on coloring in how I'm feeling that day. You can see here I have created different colors go with different moods of the day, and I generally go with whatever I'm feeling the most. So if I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling really happy, but later on in the day I'm not feeling so happy and I'm kind of depressed and down in the dumps, I'll decide which emotion or which mood took up most of that day, and I'll use that for my coloring in of the block. I don't need an AM, PM or anything like that. Maybe if I was using this for something other than a blanket, I would do that, but for now, just one block a day is good for me. After the mood section, I have a books to read spread. Now these collections I haven't exactly filled out completely yet or at all, but this 2-page spread, I just use washi tape with little books on it. Now this I got off of Etsy probably 2 years ago. If I can find it in an Etsy and you want the washi tape, I will provide a link down below. I'll definitely look for it. Hopefully I can find it for you. This is my wish list. Anything big that I wish to purchase, I'm going to put on this list. There's nothing currently that I'm yearning for, I guess you could say. This washi tape is just glitter washi tape that I got from Walmart. Now I have a gift spread. This is going to be really helpful for Christmas time coming up, but also for birthdays and any other little things like my brother just got a promotion. Maybe I want to get him something special, you know, things like that. I just want to think of things and be able to write it down. There's 4 main people in my life that I need to purchase for. That's my daughter, my niece, my brother, and his fiance. So those are the 4 people that I need on here. Of course, if you like this idea, you can always create more pages for it. But those are the 4 that I am mostly concerned about. So those are the only 4 people that I wrote in here. So that is it for the collection section. I did have a Dear Diary section, but my monthly review ended up being enough, so I took that out and added more pages to the collection section, because I'm sure there's going to be more collections as I go along. This is my project brain dumps. I get an idea and I need to write it down. Like, I have 5 novels out that I want to kind of do a revamping of. I kind of want to do a little bit of editing and add some things and just basically do a 5-year reunion for it, because it's been 5 years since I've released these books on Amazon. So that's what this is. And this is a planner outline for a book idea that I have. And I think that's it in that section. Okay, so this last section in the back here is my doctor appointment summaries. I've got a lot of doctor's appointments throughout the month. If we go back to September, just so I can show you. Okay, going back to September, almost all of these pink are like here, here, and here, and here. These are all doctor's appointments, and sometimes I kind of forget what's said. So especially if it's something like with my therapist, which I only see, you know, maybe once a week, I might forget what was talked about, or I might forget what tests she has scheduled for me. So I'm not going to flip this over because it's personal information, but that's what I do, is I write down all of well, my doctor appointment summaries. I just write the date and who it was with, and I write a little, very small, maybe 1 or 2 sentences about what happened at the doctor's appointment. Now this side is all of my doctors listed out, along with Allie's doctors as well, and I have their address and phone number. Just because it seems like when I go to one specialist, they want the address and phone number of my general practitioner or something like that. So this way I have all of my information right here. The only thing I haven't done yet, which I want to, is added my medications that I'm taking and the dosage and the things like that. I want to add that to here maybe, but I'm trying to decide how to do that because my medications are going to change. And yeah, so I'll probably just use kind of a system like my shopping list where I washi tape it in. That way I can easily pull it up if I need to. So that is a very long-winded explanation of my new little Lloydstrom 1917 pocket-sized planner. You can see it's nice and small. It's the size of my hand, and I can just bring this wherever I go and throw it in my purse. Another purpose that I had for taking out the ribbons, though, you may have seen I am able to use the clip of my pen that I like, and I can clip it right into the spine there. I'm not 100% sure that this is the best idea in the world. It might end up getting worn out fairly easily, but I've been doing it for the past month and a half and I haven't had a problem with it yet. So I'm going to keep doing it. This journal is $15 on Amazon, and I'll leave a link to that below as well. Now this pen that I have been absolutely loving is called the Cayenne Flows, and I use the 0.7 mm size for the pen. It is a gel pen, and it is a wider nibbed pen than some people like. I know some people like really, really fine tipped pens. They do have it in another size. I believe it's a 0.5 that they have it in, but I prefer the 0.7. So I guess that's it. That is my rundown of all the planners that I have been using over the last few months. I haven't forgotten about this channel. I am back. Now that I'm happy with these things, I can start recording, drawing out different collections and things like that. So hopefully you will stay with me here. I promise to keep updating this channel a little bit more now that I have found what I like. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.